bring them right to that spot. And we're live. We're back. It's Thursday. We're rolling.
Hello.
I've realized as you scroll through the feed, like however it shows up is important. It grabs people's attention. We talk about being a scroll stopper. That's a big part of it. So good morning. Welcome to a beautiful Thursday morning in South Florida and the Nudelberg Daily Huddle that is coming off a tremendous high from yesterday after we spent a bunch of time with Johnny Cupcakes and great reviews, and it was fantastic. Shay, you got to mute yourself.
Come on, Shay. Come on.
So,
Dad, man,
what's your biggest takeaway from yesterday? You've known Johnny for a long time, so I went back and watched it again. But what was your big takeaway from yesterday?
So there were two big takeaways. Number one is the power of social media. He's watching our show all the time, which to me is still mind-boggling that we're putting this out there and you just never know who's watching. And that's a major lesson for everybody in social media. Quit worrying about the likes and the comments and all the bullshit. If the right person sees it, good things happen. So I think that was really key. And then I think secondarily, when you talk about a guy who is so true to himself, like he's just okay being Johnny Cupcakes.
Yeah. Bingo.
He didn't need to be the biggest, the best, whatever. He is being authentic. I thought the pasta thing was cool. So, he was very entertaining and he's so much fun. I can't wait. You, me, and him are going to get together. We're going to make a bowl of pasta, each of us at our respective places, and we're going to design the T-shirt. So
I'm
you are experiencing bad internet, my son.
I am.
So you're not coming across clear. So I don't know what you're doing.
I think
or what's happening.
Maybe it's you. I mean, I hear everything clear. I see everything clear. You guys are good.
Everybody
so
else, Shay is clear. I'm clear, but I'm just letting you know, you're fuzzy. You're fuzzy, man.
Well, if anybody in the crowd is having a bad connection with me, let me know. But I agree with you that my number one takeaway from him was be comfortable being you and then be you really, really well. Like, he embodies everything that he wants to be, and he makes sure that his brand stays on point with the things he believes. And then he finds really, really creative ways to deliver whatever he wants to deliver, how he wants to deliver it. So just awesome yesterday.
Mark, you are very, very blurry. Everybody's saying Lindsay Ray. So I don't know if you want to jump out and jump in, but Mark is fuzzy, Patrick Tinney. Everybody's saying Mark is fuzzy. So
I don't know what to tell you.
Fuzzy was you want to jump out and jump in again?
Okay, I'll be back.
So in the meantime, knowing Johnny for the years that I know him, it's one of my favorite guys to get together with. He is one of my inner five because I'll throw a challenge to him, that he will legitimately take on his own. There you go. He's back and he is not fuzzy.
Well, I'm glad that everybody's so concerned about seeing my face clearly.
There you go.
More importantly, as long as the sound wasn't screwed up, I'm glad that it's.
But Ed Dykes said that you're delayed. But here's the problem:
so.
Ed Dykes gets a major demerit because he spelled your name with a K.
Wow!
Eddie, come on, man.
I gotta tell you that for as many people as we know, as many times as I see somebody spell somebody's name wrong, like within the circle or like within the connection of people that they're talking to, is unbelievable. Like attention to detail.
So I have one more major takeaway, and I was so thrilled that he did it. It was unprompted, but at the end of the show, he read through the people that were there and he shouted them out. That was a class move. And really, really, really fantastic. So I'm thrilled.
He is the king of customer experience. There's no doubt.
He is the king of customer experience. And I'm glad people who bought T-shirts We are going to have a Huddle t-shirt, a Johnny Cupcakes original Huddle t-shirt. And so I'm thrilled. So really good stuff. More of that type of thing coming down the road. We are programming the show to deliver more and more value, and bam, you got it.
I love it. So Shay, take us away to the morning motivational music, because that is going to set the tone for the rest of the day.
To Hollywood.
So today is Women's Entrepreneurship Day. And what a day it is to celebrate the unbelievable women. A special shout out to Lori Salarulo and Kim Swears, who are obviously unbelievable female entrepreneurs that are here with us every morning. I know we shouted out some more people in the comments. But excited to take the day talking about that. But before we get to that, we've got a family member who we're going to bring on to the show to talk about some things that are happening tomorrow and some things that are happening tonight. Welcome to the show, Scotty Garber.
Ooh, gentlemen, thanks for having me. I got to tell you, Steve, the Huddle's come a long way from our early days. To think now I'm talking in front of 60, 70 people is pretty damn cool. So
hold on, hold the phone. Hold the fucking phone. It's taken me 8 months to earn the big square. This guy gets on the show the first time right into the big square. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Shay, what's up?
Life. It's
Jake, actions speak louder than words. I don't care how loud you guys are down there in South Florida. This is right where I belong.
Unbelievable.
I will tell you this also. This is a correction. We have 60 or 70 people live. The numbers, because Shay put them together for somebody who wanted to know the backdrop and maybe get involved in marketing the Huddle. You know, there's thousands, tens of thousands of people that this reaches between LinkedIn, all the social media, and then the replay is all day long. So just about everybody I know, the conversation starts with, "Hey, this morning's Huddle was amazing." You know, yeah. So make sure you're good here, buddy.
Well, I gotta tell you guys. I mean, this is a humbling moment, and through 2020, the Huddle has really sort of been my virtual family. It's been really cool to lean on you guys as coaches and mentors, lean on Lori, and I mean, just so many of the folks that I have been able to build relationships with while I've been in this sort of house by myself. So this is a really fun moment to come on and say, tomorrow, I am actually going to be running in the co-pilot seat with Steve. We're going to be talking about the mentality of being coachable, right? So much of what we talk about in the Huddle is being coached, but if we don't have the right mindset to absorb and learn how to fail as we go through those coaching moments, then how good is the coaching? And so we're going to spend tomorrow talking about that. But before we get into that topic, I wanted to go ahead and extend something out. We're on the heels of Thanksgiving, attitude of gratitude, as Andy Lee would say. And being that today is Women's Entrepreneurship Day, I want to extend an invite to 20 Huddle members. So shoot me a DM to come kick it in the club room with Brandy Chastain. Brandy pioneered and was part of the movement to get women's sport to the forefront for what it is. And so it couldn't be any more appropriate to come and attend on today. So with that being said, shoot me a note. The tickets are completely on me. It's going to be a fun event. You're going to get to rub elbows with people in the room and then get to go ahead and actually check her out for a presentation. So shoot me a DM. Everybody, thank you for checking me out. And yeah, guys, excited to come on tomorrow.
Well done, Scotty G. Well done. Way to step into the big box and do. Go ahead. What do you got?
Now get the fuck out of here. So for those who don't know,
get your fucking shine box.
For those who don't know, that is my sister's son, and I have been fortunate and blessed that he has the energy, the Nudelberg energy, as Laurie calls it. And so Mark will be moving tomorrow. He is unable to make the live show. And so instead of either doing it myself, which I'm certainly capable, or doing a rerun, we said, let's bring a family member in, let him run. And his idea about the idea of how to be coachable. And I've worked with Scott for many, many years. He's now working with Mark, but I have to say how proud I am of both of you boys for who you are, what you do every day, and how you just bring it. So it is inspiring to me, and I'm looking forward to tomorrow.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I love the topic of being coachable. And obviously Scott, coming from his athletic background of playing college football and being a punter, he knows what that means, and he understands the parallels of taking that ability to be coachable and listen to a coach and deal with failure and get feedback and continue to get better and apply that to the real world. So that's super exciting. But let's get back to the content of the day and celebrating some fantastic women. Shay, can you show me the video for Women Entrepreneurship Day?
We are here at the United Nations being celebrated in 144 countries around the world.
I believe that women are better business people than men. So how would that be with these young women who have education?
When women entrepreneurs take risks and succeed, societies change for the better. It becomes easier to accept the idea of a woman as the family's breadwinner.
So
love it.
Super. Yeah. I mean, I didn't really know the power of this day until I did the research behind it. But being celebrated in so many nations and understanding, number one, what it's taken for women to work to get to an equal level of just respect in the workforce. Never mind in entrepreneurship and building their own way and building businesses and having ideas. So super excited to talk about. Yeah, go ahead.
Both of us get the opportunity to live with entrepreneurial women. Gab and Michelle are both driven to leave their mark on the world and to be the best they can be. So, we're fortunate. We know the power of women. We know the power of, the perspective, in my mind, the perspective that they bring to the table. And so pretty awesome comment. Let's get into it.
So some other women that are close to us in our circles that we've worked with that we wanted to shout out are Lori George, Kathleen Cannon, Cheryl Clark, Brett Sadler, Rachel Sapoznik, Annie Lieb, Ann Gottwald, Megan Riley, Meryl Brandwine. I'm sure that there are people that we forgot in that group, but just wanted to give a shout out to you guys to say we're inspired by you. Obviously, Kim and Lori, who we've already talked about, but we're inspired by you on a daily basis. We love having you in our circles. We love being a part of your circle and continuing to grow and build businesses together, which is awesome.
So I got a question for you. And I don't know in your research if you did it and if I'm jumping the gun here, but is there a defined best quality that women bring to the party? I mean, obviously, jumping in the entrepreneurial space, there are certain skill sets, and we've talked about a lot of entrepreneurs in their top 10. Did they define one specific? Would it be empathy, compassion that they bring to the table? I'm just
So
curious.
I'll tell you this. In my opinion, it's regardless of male or female, the things that make you successful as an entrepreneur are the things that make you successful as an entrepreneur. Drive, empathy, communication skills, the ability, the want to leave your mark. And we're actually going to talk about some things, some advice from a very successful entrepreneur on how to be a successful one. But you look at Gary Vee. Gary Vee is a very successful entrepreneur. If Gary Vee was a female saying the exact same things or doing the exact same things, they should have the same success, because I believe that the principles are the same.
So I read an article recently, and I sent it to a lot of the women entrepreneurs that you mentioned, and it was that employees take direction from female leaders differently than they take it from men.
There's no
call it
doubt
what it
about
is,
that.
Yeah. So it's harder. I think it's a good topic, because I think it's harder for women entrepreneurs to lead because of that. There's a lot of men who say, there's no way I'm taking direction from a woman, which is to me completely barbaric. But it's
my DMGB episode with Lori Salarulo, we talked for 40 minutes about that, about what it was like to be a leader as a woman, the challenges that come with that because you are a woman. But I don't think that changes the principles or the fundamentals of what it takes to be successful. You still have to overcome adversity. You might have to overcome more adversity because it's tougher for a woman, but you still got to overcome adversity. You still have to have a vision and a drive and be able to communicate that and lead people. Because if you're an entrepreneur that can't lead people, you're gonna have a hard time doing it all by yourself all the time. Like that's a tough way. That's uphill sledding.
I think that's really well said. JA drives this message down to kids of both, male and female, and it's National Entrepreneur Month. So just celebrating entrepreneurs, but really focusing on the women's side, I think is awesome. Great job.
And I would love, Lori's in the crowd. I would love for any of the female entrepreneurs. I don't know if Ann Gottwald is here with us this morning, but all of you guys that are doing it daily, if you have a take on that, please throw it into the comments and talk about it, because I'd love to continue the conversation as we go on to talking about a list of some really successful female entrepreneurs.
So Lori shouts out, Shay, can you put her comment up, please? And she's right. At some point, it'll flip from being female leaders to great leaders. I think, we've come a long way, baby, which was the Virginia Slims cigarette campaign. But I think there's more growth, more things coming, more equality, and great female leaders are doing that. They are paving the way for there to be complete parity. So great stuff.
Another shout out to Tracy Dykes, because Tracy, who 1000% keeps you in line, Eddie, and also did an unbelievable job raising Jesse. Just really, really good stuff. And I know she got that mindset, and it's the same concept.
Mark, what was interesting, pandemic, and we dealt with this in a lot of coaching, with our clients, was that, all of a sudden female entrepreneurs are out there driving business, doing what they need to do. Yet when the kids had to stay home, that became a female, chore to take care of. Virtual learning, female, of the household. So, I still think there's a lot of learning and stuff to say, hey, like I do the shopping, I do the laundry, those kind of things. So Lori, I'm just telling you, Lori, I'm getting super jealous. Okay. You and Mark, this freaking love affair. I'm just letting you know it doesn't work for me. Okay.
We've talked about social inequality has been a thing that has been talked about across the board because of all of the racial inequality that's been the topic of conversation. But inequality in general is still a thing that is dealt with regardless of race or gender or sexual preference or how you identify. I mean, there are thousands of things out there in today's world that people still need to grow to understand. You have to accept everybody for who it is. And I did a DMGB conversation with with Greg Briscoe yesterday, and we talked about diversity. And this is kind of steering us into a different conversation, but I think this is a good point to make. Just because you have a diverse group of people in a room doesn't make you a diverse organization. That's only half of the recipe. You have to be willing to listen to their perspective and then be willing to accept their feedback to come with another way of looking at things that's different from your own, and be able to take a collective group of people that all see the same thing differently and find ways to move forward and create new answers and create new processes, which shout out to Andrew Koenig and to Andrew Lee, because they do an unbelievable job of that right now at City Furniture.
So before you switch and announce a big birthday, because I know your next topic is a gentleman that we all know, and it's his birthday shout out. Shay, give me a little birthday music, just quick, one hit. I love that. Happy birthday to Barry Sliper, Barzoni, Huddle member, watches every day. Thank you, sir. And Melissa K. Green, one of my best friends, Jim Levine, is marrying Melissa K. Green. So happy birthday, happy wedding, happy Thanksgiving, all of that stuff all in row.
And
so,
shame on me that I missed Christy Turisk, who is an unbelievable entrepreneur. Yeah, of course. You know, I'm constantly getting myself in the doghouse. But Christy's an unbelievable lady, unbelievable entrepreneur, dealing with a lot of different businesses. And I know she keeps you in line, Jeremy, at the house. So great women around us.
One last comment before you move on. It's good that you're moving, because if you don't get your internet fixed, Scott Garber's taking your seat. I'm just throwing it out there.
Am I fuzzy again?
You're buzzing all over the place, man. So it's all good.
So do you want to talk about the next entrepreneur, or do you want to talk about the female entrepreneur list that I had?
I would stay on this topic with females. I mean, we got, 8 minutes left. So I would stay here. I know you have great content, but
let's shout out a couple of them. We don't have to do them all, but the first one on my list is Cindy Mee, who is the founder of VipKid, VIPKID, and VipKid connects teachers in North America with children around the world for real-time English immersion learning online. 500,000 paying students and 60,000 teachers in the US and Canada that are teaching English to children all around the world. Unbelievable lady, unbelievable idea, unbelievable business.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. By the way, just as I said that, your internet cleared up. So that was some cool mojo to keep your seat there, brother.
The universe is speaking to you.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
So I don't know if you want to pick out one off of the list, or you want me to go with another one.
Go with another one, yeah.
So Jasmine Crow, who is the founder of Gooder, which is an Atlanta-based company that majors in sustainable surplus food management. It's a sustainable surplus food management platform that leverages technology to reduce food waste and combat hunger. Obviously, unbelievable thing. They raised $1.1 million in 2019 and are looking to have a great 2020. My favorite one on the list personally, because I love the product so much, is Steph Corey. And not to be confused with Steph Curry, of course, but Steph Corey is the founder and CEO of Away. And we have a host of Away bags. We've got the small carry-on bag. We've got the big checkable bag. I love Away bags more than any other luggage I've ever owned. So I recommend the product highly, and a female entrepreneur who started the company.
Gotta love it. My favorite on the list is Allison Robinson, who's the CEO and founder of the Mom Project. And basically, they raised $10 million, founded in 2016. The Mom Project is a career destination for moms. 75,000 moms and I think a lot of these are born out of, need. A mother says, hey, I got no one else to talk to, bang, bang, bang. And all of a sudden, so it's committed to building a better workplace for mothers and the businesses they support. A big job. When we had the meeting, the visits last week, and Christy Ruiz from Citi, one of the big initiatives was you got to be empathetic to parents, or especially mothers, who are taking care of kids at home. So if you have employees and you are not recognizing that they got dealt a shitstorm, not only is it bad health-wise, all of a sudden, bang, they have more home responsibilities. So for me, that sort of was a timely one. 2016, 4 years later, this happens. And I think, any community, Huddle, moms, wherever you can connect and be with like-minded people, I think that's the right mentality to listen, learn, and do better.
I love it. It's, and the comments that are happening, shout out to Jeremy Mish's wife, shout out to Lisa Marin in Detroit. There's a lot of strong female women in the group that knows what it takes to be successful. It is another really successful entrepreneur's birthday today, who this article that I want to talk about before we get out of here this morning is unbelievable, but it is Jack Dorsey's birthday. And for those of you who don't know who Jack Dorsey is, I would be shocked, but he is the founder of Twitter and Square. And I found this article about the one question Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey asks every single job candidate. And I think it's really interesting because he goes on to talk about what he believes is being an entrepreneur. And he does not believe that you have to start a company to be an entrepreneur. He goes, I don't consider entrepreneurship to be a job. It's an attitude. It's a question of values, because values drive passion. So the one question that he asks every single candidate to figure out whether or not they have an entrepreneurial spirit or attitude is, why are you here? Because if you have a purpose, and a purpose to be in the organization or a purpose to start your own business, that's what will drive you to be successful.
So I'm really glad that you went there, because a lot of the organizations that we work with, and I've been doing this obviously longer than you have, we try and instill an entrepreneurial mindset, which is how you digest things. Me first, how can I handle this? What can I do? So, the idea, and this is fascinating, and I use the franchise model. We talk about fast food and stuff like that all the time. The idea that, if I said to you, I'm going to give you a McDonald's franchise, people would line up around the corner forever waiting to get a free, but it would shock people to know that there are high-performing McDonald's and low-performing McDonald's. And what do you think the common denominator is in the ones that are high-performing? The entrepreneur. So it's the mindset of the people, how they treat problems. Is this my store? And you and I have talked with Citi specifically saying, this is yours. It's not Andrew's, it's not Christie's, it's not any of it. It is yours. I give you, what do you get? I give you inventory. I give you the name on the building. So whatever business we're talking about, if you think about it like it's your own, shit changes, man. So I had this conversation with someone sitting at the table with me yesterday. And I said, can you imagine 5 o'clock on Friday, just going, okay, Mark, I'll see you on Monday, and not do any work on your business on Saturday and Sunday? It's fucking ridiculous. Okay, let me just let go of the wheel and see what happens Monday morning. So that entrepreneurial mindset is so ingrained. And I had not seen that, but I love that, because that's pure validation that it's up to the individual and what's rattling around in their brain.
It's exactly what led me to be successful when I started working at ESPN. I didn't think to myself, oh, well, I'm just another pawn in this organization. I walked into the studio and said, this is now my radio studio. These are now my digital assets. This is my company that I get to represent, and find a creative way to leverage what we have to bring value to people. That is the entrepreneurial spirit, and that's what will make you successful if you're not starting your own business. So I love the idea that he looks for people that are entrepreneurs that might not have the risk, the risk, the tolerance for risk in order to start their own business, but are willing to live that lifestyle within the organization because that's what he knows is going to continue to make them successful.
So I got two things, if you allow me to close this out. Comments about yesterday's show. We were overloaded. Stephen Heller, who's a friend of mine, who I've talked about here, he writes, Johnny Cupcake's show was awesome. Very different from all of the other shows out there. Cool departure. A lot of good nuggets. Thank you for that. He also loved the song. And then Greg Goldstein, who is an original, just wanted to thank you so much for bringing Johnny Cupcakes to the Daily Huddle. His story was great. So much of what Johnny mentioned, you guys already do in the Daily Huddle. Add a little extra, keep us on our toes, create a different experience and more. Really appreciate the hard work that you guys do to make it happen. And it is our pleasure.
That is a fact. That is 1,000% a fact. So thank you guys for joining every day. I will catch you guys next week. Have a fantastic Friday. Have a fantastic Thursday. Finish out the week strong. Stay on the ball.
Mm-hmm.